Greetings. This is Jerry Revier from the Avaya Serviceability Engineering Team. Today we are going to look at configuring IPv6 on an in-service H.248 branch gateway. I will be addressing the use case stated here, provisioning IPv6 in an in-service IPv4 configured branch gateway. We will see the operational steps to provide that provisioning. We will pretend that a customer has given us the IP address information listed here. The existing component addresses and the IPv6 addresses to be configured are listed. Our concern is provisioning the G450 media gateway, but we must care for registering to CM and to the LSP in the event of a failure. Provisioning of IPv6 in the LSP and Communication Manager is out of scope for this video, but others have been posted at Avaya Mentor to address those needs. To understand where we will need to program the IPv6 interface information, we will start by running the show running configuration command. The IPv6 provisioning information has to be entered in the same interface context as the IPv4 PMI. As shown, that context in this case is VLAN 1. We will enter that context with the command shown. IPv6 is provisioned with 3 commands in this context, but must be entered in the proper order as each builds upon the previous. Enter the IPv6 address command, followed by the assigned address. This command defines the address and mask of the IPv6 interface. Enter IPv6 admin state up. This command enables the interface and it becomes active to carry traffic. Enter PMI6. This command tells the gateway to pass IPv6 traffic for H.248 and VoIP traffic over this interface. Enter the exit command to go back to the general context. The final command to allow the gateway to pass IPv6 traffic over the general network is to enable the IPv6 default gateway. Enter the command IPv6 default gateway followed by the gateway address. Let's look at the last work we performed by running the show running config command. Highlighted is the interface VLAN 1 context. We see the IPv6 address that was provisioned and the 2 additional commands to enable IPv6 traffic on this interface. Going down the screen, we see the IPv6 default gateway we programmed. And now the final thing left to do is to set the media gateway controller list to allow the gateway to register to Communication Manager. To set the MGC list, you use the command setMGC. You must first clear the previous list to enable the new list to include the IPv6 entries. This procedure is not service affecting. Enter the command clear MGC list to remove the current list. Enter the set MGC list command to define the list, followed by the IP addressing as appropriate. The syntax of the set MGC list command is defining the main communication manager and the LSP addressing. Examine the syntax and note the plus sign between the IPv4 and IPv6 addresses. That syntax tells the gateway to attempt to register using IPv4 first, and if it cannot, to use the IPv6 address. The entries could be reversed or individual addresses entered separately by commas. I have entered the show MGC command to show how the result of the last provisioning is represented. That concludes adding IPv6 to an existing IPv4 configured gateway. Thank you for your time today. We hope this information was useful. We welcome your comments, questions, and feedback at mentor@avaya.com or on Twitter @AvayaMentor. Thank you for choosing Avaya.